I love how she wields it like a weapon against him.
Yeah. We're getting married, young man. Knock it off, okay? Or you are not going to see me naked ever again, okay?
Yeah. It's like as soon as you said that, I thought sister, and it like freaked me out for a second.
Thank you for reminding me.
I just had this weird moment when you said that. I'm like, sister, and then like my brain.
Malfunction.
Yeah.
Mixties presents the Popcast.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the Popcast. And today, we're talking about The Flash Season 4, Episode 7. And boy, it was a little boring. But we got a lot of information.
But I think it was actually a very important show.
Yep.
And I feel like this is the episode for this season that says shit just got real.
Yes, it is it was a great episode for the information. As far as the excitement level, meh.
Yeah, no, it was good for the forwarding of the overall story arc for this season. Yeah. I think it was a critical episode. And Barry Allen looks scared there, bro.
He looks nervous. The backstory on the Thinker was nice. We got that.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a quick recap of that. But before we do, let's, as they say in the biz, pay some bills. Don't forget, Christmas show is going to come up. It's going to be right before Christmas, probably Christmas Eve. We're going to work on that. We don't know exactly what date, but it's going to be very close to the actual Christmas day. And what we're doing is you're going to send in something you like, maybe some art that you made, something you're trying to sell, a letter, a joke, whatever you want to send in, whatever you send to us, we're going to display, talk about, promote, have fun with, use, no matter what. Hopefully you don't send anthrax. That would be weird. But, hopefully what you're going to send is safe.
I know on the screen right now it says mail crap too. But here's the thing. We know it's not crap. It's stuff that's important to you. Brian just likes to be tongue-in-cheek when he puts this stuff up. So it's we know a lot of this stuff's important to you. I got already people talking about sending their artwork, sending some of their stuff in. So please do. We don't see it as crap.
I should put mail stuff too. Next week we're gonna do We're gonna do a dedicated video pretty soon to just this. It's gonna be a quick video just to get everybody aware of what we're doing. Now, lastly, we usually talk about the subscriber thing, but you guys know about that. So let's talk about this. We're coming up on Christmas time, and I want to make you guys aware. I'm sorry. I just put this video thing up and the sound started going off. Make you guys aware that we are sponsored by our family's website over at mixtees.com, and they have great deals coming on this Christmas. And we normally don't advertise here, I know, but if you want to head over there and get some really cool T-shirts, then please do. If you use promo code Brian, you'll get 30% off.
If you use promo code Shane, you'll also get 30% off. And if you haven't noticed, there's a little competition between the two of us, okay?
Don't listen to him. And Shane's is not worth 30%. He's lying to you.
It is, guys. It is. And let me tell you, there's a lot of love there. Let me tell you, but the reason why Brian and I bring this up is reality is that, you guys know that we pay for pretty much everything out of our pockets. But, we do get a little bit back when you guys go and buy stuff. Plus, if you're already Christmas shopping, you might as well go and get something from there.
Why not?
With a great discount. Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Star Wars is coming up. Deck out the whole family before you see the latest Star Wars movie and get some really cool gear. And that's it. We're done talking about it. Let's get right into the
Two more things real quick. What's up? I still want to mention that we are doing another boxing video. So right now we're at 22 more videos. So make sure you get your comments in there so you get included in that so we can do another giveaway and give away a bunch of free stuff. And the 1,600 subscriber video, get it in there. We're giving away free stuff, guys. Lots of it. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're about to announce something. And we'll give you a little taste of it quick here. But the entire month of December, up until Christmas, we're going to be giving away a T-shirt per video.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mixtees said something about that. We're meeting with them on Black Friday. Hopefully, we get a lot of T-shirts to give away. We'll see how it goes.
That'll be cool. Yeah, and you can see all this stuff in the drop down if you want to look at it when you're watching the video.
Okay, now let's recap The Flash.
Let's do it.
We
the
start
Flash.
with the very exciting, the professor. He's doing a lesson. No one's paying attention to him. He's obviously getting frustrated because of the lack of attention. And then in comes the mechanic. And yes, the name of this character is called the Mechanic. She is the Thinker DeVoe's wife. In the comic book, she's called the Mechanic. So here, we're calling the Mechanic because she has a couple doctorates in engineering and mechanical, etc., 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 robotics, whatever. She's very smart. He's complaining to her about not, being able to reach these kids. And she assures him that he'll figure it out. And he has this idea for this prototype. And I'm not even sure how it works exactly, but it goes on his head and makes him smarter. So he gives her the idea. Now,
yeah, basically saying the brain doesn't have enough power or enough capacity to hold all the thoughts that's necessary in order to be able to help humanity or whatever he's trying to do.
These kids.
I just want to know how he goes from being I want to know how he goes from kind of having a pure idea to actually get the people to becoming basically a villain.
It's that dark matter, bro. All right, let's jump to present day. Joe and Barry are in their house questioning them about the recent metas. Barry is pretty much convinced because the Council Wells last episode told them that this is the DeVoe they're looking for. But when they got there, of course, he's in a wheelchair. And his wife looks normal, and everybody's fine. It's a nice home. But notice some symbolism.
Mac and cheese, bro.
It's all about that mac and cheese, yeah. There's some symbolism, though, right? Top right, you'll see a samurai.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And I think Barry mentions it, right? And the guy just...
Yeah, he does. He asks about it.
So basically, DeVoe seems like a very normal history professor with nothing to hide. Barry is not convinced.
You know what's funny, bro, is I think at some point, if I recall properly, Barry mentioned his spidey senses going off.
Yes.
Which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, it's weird that this DC TV show mentions something from the Marvel universe. Very meta.
Right.
All right, wait, does that mean that Spider-Man exists in this universe?
Ooh.
Or it's more like, does the Spider-Man comic book or cartoon exist in this universe?
Probably, yeah.
I almost wish they wouldn't have said that because it's like, there's a lot of fanboys out there being like, whoa, what's going on right now,
I know. Oh, I was the first one who was like, wait a second.
Wait a minute. All right, we go back to Star Labs. I love how they are somehow able to get everybody into one shot. It's like, it's really good.
You've been mentioning that a lot lately. They did that on the Orville, too.
But, I mean, it's not really a natural thing, But they make it work. All right, Barry is telling everybody, yes, this guy is the real deal. He's unassuming, and no one believes him. My major gripe about this episode was as we go through it, you'll notice, I'll point out, how somehow no one believes Barry. After everything they've been through together, why is there not any more trust there? It's sort of, I mean, I know the whole trust but verify thing, but like there's faith too. You gotta have some faith in the guy he hasn't been wrong
yet. Well, I think they do. I think they do have a lot of faith in him. And I think that they go through pretty strong lengths to actually verify and get the information to corroborate what Barry's feeling. But the whole point of this is that this guy's been able to fly under the radar. He's got this wholesome. It's even having effect on Barry's team, just like it is with the police chief and everything going on in this episode. So it's almost like Barry's, Barry's the superhero here. So everybody else is kind of susceptible, if that makes sense.
Right. You're right. Now we get a little flashback of the mechanic giving DeVoe his helmet for the first time. The helmet she made that will help him expand his mind. But lo and behold, there's a major problem. Like in most tech nowadays, it doesn't have enough power. It's sort of realistic. We have really good, cool technical ideas nowadays that the major thing lacking for being able to have a, handheld this or or this kind of car or whatever is the power requirements are really hard to get. Either it's too heavy to put enough power on it, or it's not enough power at all.
Right. Batteries are not efficient, bro.
Yeah, batteries is it's our final frontier for technology right now. It's sort of getting the batteries to catch up to the rest of what we're doing.
Exactly.
So they don't have enough power, but they do have an idea. And in the background of this scene, I don't have the shot, but it's the Eobard Wells 4 years ago talking about the particle accelerator.
Everything always goes back to the particle accelerator, doesn't it?
Yep. Now, we go to present day, and Barry has decided to sit in on one of the professor's lessons, looking like, hey, man, I'm on to you, bro. Skeptical.
Yeah, he's got that look about him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And, of course, the professor catches it and has a conversation with him. He goes, look, man, you're at my house, now you're at my school. What's next? Will you be in my bedroom? Barry's like,
yes, you will. Yes, you will, Barry.
I just have a few more questions, Professor DeVoe, and he doesn't believe this guy, but DeVoe is playing the long con here and getting away with it. Barry uses his speed to grab a mug from DeVoe's desk when he wasn't looking, and he's gonna have that tested when he gets back to Star Labs. And he's not a meta, according to this.
Yeah.
So, that's an interesting and problematic.
Well, yeah. Now the people working with him are like, "Come on, Barry, what's going on here, buddy?"
Right. Now, one thing I want to point out, guys. This is a Surface laptop that you can buy from any Microsoft store.
Listen, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Microsoft is putting so much money into advertising for this product. It is unbelievable.
Now, if you notice, guys, that's not some meta DNA analysis software. That's freaking Microsoft Word.
Is it Word or is it PowerPoint? I think it's PowerPoint.
Right. Yeah, and if you look at the transformer controls around the DNA helix, that is the normal scale controls where you make something bigger or smaller.
Yeah, you can see it selected as an image.
Right. It's almost like the crew set this up to get the surface in the shot and forgot to click off the image so that the transform controls wouldn't show.
Exactly. I'm really glad you got this shot. Good job.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I looked at this and I was like, wait a minute, that's like some Microsoft Office nonsense. That's not some meta DNA analysis. They couldn't get the fake program on the screen fast enough, man. I thought that was funny. Again, sponsored by Microsoft. Buy a Surface today.
It's not us. We're not.
The Flash is sponsored by Microsoft. All right. Barry is telling the crew something's up with this dude. He's unassuming. They're like, yeah, he's not a meta. I think you're off here, buddy. Now, let's back in time again. Now, 4 years ago, we're looking at a very young Iris West. She looks actually way different right here for some reason.
Hair's down.
So it's 4 years, yeah. She's hanging out with Barry Allen prior to being the Flash. They're at the accelerator opening, listening to Wells talk.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed kids.
Yeah.
Like my friend.
Wells is there's this moment here where he's talking to DeVoe because the mechanic speaks up and says, "What about the dangers of the Hosen Bison whatever, right?" And Wells is like, "Oh, Miss DeVoe, I'm assuming that's your husband right next to you, Professor DeVoe. I'm a fan of your work."
Yes.
Remember, Wells right now in this scene, that's Eobard Thawne. That's the Reverse Flash, and he's from the future, and he knows that this DeVoe is a bad guy that causes a lot of problems for Barry Allen.
I love that nod in this episode. That actually made so much sense, and I thought it was a nice touch.
Yeah, it was very good. And DeVoe is actually there because he is convinced, because he's a smart guy, that the accelerator is going to blow and a massive wave of energy is going to come forth from that, and it'll be enough to power his helmet. Which it does.
He's right.
It powers it up. It zaps him. The energy levels go through the roof. He lands on the ground. You think he's dead for a brief moment, but the power of love brings him back. Mechanic is caressing him, and he comes back to life. Now,
I had a Huey Lewis in the News flashback right there when you said that.
Yeah, that's the power of love.
It's a curious thing.
It's a curious thing. Yeah. All right, so back in present time, we are in the captain's office. We haven't seen the captain in a long time.
Oh, Barry.
And we're going to see the captain,
trouble.
obviously this episode, but then again next episode for Crisis. All right. So, the DeVoes are in the captain's office, telling them that Barry is stalking them. They put a restraining order on him. The captain calls him in, tells him to knock it off, Barry. And, yeah, so he gets reprimanded.
Which is actually super excessive at this point. I mean, basically, they've talked to him twice. You know, and I'm a little disappointed in the captain's attitude here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, just twice.
Now, the next time he comes back, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I get it.
Yeah,
but up till now.
Oh, the next time I expect him to be fired. I can't believe he just got a 2-week suspension. Like, he got get out of jail free card there.
He's done great things, you know. What do you do?
Yeah. So he goes back to his office. He's still looking. Of course, Iris walks in, finds his stash of DeVoe stuff. And she's like, Barry, stop it, Barry. We're getting married in a week, Barry. Stop it. Yeah,
you did that pretty well.
Come on, Barry. Stop it, Barry. And then we go back in time again, and we're at the moment after the accelerator where DeVoe is solving all the theories that people couldn't solve in the past, and the mechanic is happy for him until he starts to have a seizure or convulsions.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All good things must have.
Fast forward to present time. And Barry is working in Star Labs, and he hears like a doo-doo, like some kind of beeping or something.
It's about darn time, Barry.
Yeah. What's this beeping?
I mean, for real, that mask has been sitting in there watching you guys for how many episodes now?
I got a question about the mask. Like, when you take a robot's head off, like, why store it in your lab like a trophy? I don't get that.
No, it's creepy, straight up.
Yeah. And Barry goes over to it and finds a camera. So he feels
like this. Congratulations, Barry. You have found the plot device.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. He feels justified in now breaking into the DeVoe's home. And he breaks in, but when the mechanic comes back, he's got to bounce out. And he is not a good criminal because he takes off his hoodie the second he gets in the house for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, back in time again. Boom! The DeVoe and his wife are at the doctor's. The doctor is trying to tell him that he's having this ALS thing, and the DeVoe is actually smarter than the doctor because the second he gets the information, he starts putting the pieces together and just sort of. The doctor's like, "What the hell is?" Apparently, his brain is pulling too much power or energy from the rest of his body, so the rest of his body is shutting down.
Such a great scientific explanation for what's happening. It's totally believable, and actually a great explanation because, you know, it takes a lot of energy actually for our body to do stuff. You know, if you're in the Matrix, all you are is a battery.
Right.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. The funny thing is here, I'm pretty sure he's trying to take over the Flash's body because that's what would save him.
I think you're onto it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to do. He wants to take the Flash's body, and he'll have that speed force and that healing factor, and he'll be good to go. All right. Moving on. Barry goes to Star Labs, and he's like, hey, guys, check it out. I found a camera, blah, blah, blah. Went to the house. Like, whoa, Barry, you went to their house, bro? Come on, man. Bro.
Slow your roll, buddy. Starting to get creepy.
Hey, take it down a notch. Iris is like, Let's talk in the hall. Me and you need to talk in the hall right now, young man.
Listen, I love how Barry's like, whoa, it's not as bad as it sounds, because all of a sudden he starts to think about it and realizes, this doesn't sound so good.
Right. She tells him to slow it down. We're gonna get married again. Keeps bringing up the fact they're getting married. We get it. You're getting married. Okay.
I love how she wields it like a weapon against him.
Yeah. We're getting married, young man. Knock it off, okay? Or you are not going to see me naked ever again, okay? All right.
Yeah. It's like as soon as you said that, I thought sister, and it like freaked me out for a second.
Thank you for reminding me.
I just had this weird moment when you said that. I'm like, sister, and then like my brain.
Malfunction.
Yeah. It hurt. It was like weird. Yeah, because I forget after so many episodes
that they're sister and brother and they're getting married.
Yeah, and then it brings me back when you say something sexual like that.
Ooh. Moving on. All right, we're back in the captain's office because now the wife is there by her lonesome. She's crying. She's putting on a good show. She's like, "Oh, Captain, I don't feel safe anywhere. He was in my home, Captain."
Oh my gosh, she sounds the same way you do when you eat chicken wings.
Oh,
hilarious!
Yeah,
she sounds just like that.
So Barry's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he shows him a picture of Barry.
Oh.
Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry.
Keep the mask on when you're doing bad things,
I'm
buddy.
just saying, like, of course they're gonna have like some kind of surveillance. They're not. It's not like it's. First of all, they're clearly a wealthy couple, and then if you think he's a bad guy with access to technology like the Samuroid, yes, he's gonna have tech at his house. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Barry.
But it's not Barry's fault. He doesn't do stuff like this ordinarily. You know, he's out of his element.
Right. So the captain suspends Barry for 2 weeks. You're looking,
which is great.
You're right.
Right? I mean, think about it. It's like cumbersome to have to wear this disguise anyways. Now he gets 2 weeks to just be the Flash and do whatever he wants.
No, they needed the 2 weeks because the crossover event's next week.
Ooh, nice.
No, that's literally what this is. It's like, okay, listen, the DeVoe storyline's on hold for the next 2 weeks. We'll be back after that with DeVoe. That's what this was.
All right, I like it.
You're on a 2-week suspension. You and DeVoe can't fight for 2 weeks.
You got a creepy Barry, a 2-week suspension. Let's get on with the show.
Now, Barry goes home. He's talking to Iris. He's like, I got suspended today, but it's cool because I love you, man. I really love you, and now I know that, you know, I have a lot more to lose, so I'm more paranoid about losing that ever again, because, you know, and she explains something right. She's like, look, what happens after we're married? It's not like that it goes away. What happens when we're going to have a kid? It's just going to get, people are always going to be after us, so slow it down, rely on the team, let's tackle problems as they come up.
Oh, a little bit of reason there.
Yeah. And she goes, because we are the Flash. And that's when I was like, damn it, you lost me, Iris.
Gosh, dang it. You're not the Flash, Iris.
We were there. I was there with you. I was like, oh, I'm seeing Iris' purpose. And then you say something stupid like, we are the Flash. No, we are not.
Yeah, right up to that moment, I'm like, I'm kind of with you, Iris. I'm like, yeah, you know, you might have a kid.
Yeah.
You need to slow your roll a little bit, Barry. And then she's like, we're the Flash. And I'm like, no, you are not the Flash.
No, you're not the Flash.
We are not the Flash.
No, Barry's the Flash. All right.
Barry's the Flash.
All right, going back in time again. And
and forgive me, guys. My voice is a little bit messed up today, so I must sound a little funky. So
no. It doesn't sound funky. It sounds sexy and sultry.
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, Shane has walking pneumonia. And he's still doing bronchitis. I'm pretty sure it's walking pneumonia. 15 days like of bronchitis. I don't know, man.
It feels like it, bro. It feels like it.
All right, back in time. DeVoe is trying to get a book off the shelf. He's weak and falls over. And that's when his wife's like, look, calm down. I got a solution. And she shows him the chair, the vortex generators. I don't know. It's
I invented a floating chair.
It was like a really like complicated word. And I would have been like, okay, like, so power chair? Cool.
Nice.
Now, Barry, after having the conversation with, I want to be clear, after being suspended, after being reprimanded twice, after being told by his wife twice to calm down, and then the last time actually promising to calm down and saying how much loving and reconciling with his wife about this issue, shows up at DeVoe's office again.
Barry, you are such a dude, man. That's all I can say. You are absolutely such a dude. That's a dude move right there, bro.
Yep. So DeVoe.
Listen, nobody.
What?
This is a gangster. By the way, this is a gangster scene.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Here. This is just so gangster right now.
Yeah. So DeVoe, knowing that he's already won this fight, and that Barry is once again breaking the rules, and if he wanted to, he can have Barry thrown in jail at this point. Knowing that he's won, is going to go ahead and share his dastardly plan with Barry to a degree. Yes, I am this man. You might be the fastest man alive, but I'm the fastest thinker alive, or fastest brain alive.
Made Barry nervous because up to this point, Barry really only has had to deal with physical superpowers.
Dude,
not really people who can outthink him.
How about the way where he's like, you dealt with gorillas and speedsters and kids with toys. Like I'm the grown-up threat you have to deal with.
Yeah.
It
got real.
Yeah, it got real. Barry tried to be like, shh, I got this. I handle business, man. I'm taking out those guys and no problem.
Like dude. I got like all kinds of bad people like Savitar.
Yeah, man. No problem.
You're not gonna get me. I think
it's like whatever you say, buddy. Have a nice wedding.
Right.
And Barry's like, holy crap, that's scary.
He's like, oh my gosh, he knows I'm getting married. He knows I'm this Flash. I'm going to leave now.
Now, Barry goes back to Star Labs and goes, okay, DeVoe's definitely the guy now. And for some reason, they're all like, okay, we agree with you. Let's do it. I'm like, come on, man.
That's all it took, right? DeVoe told me.
I feel like with all that happened, they should have at least been a little more like, well, you got like a recording or something? Because, like, you've been sort of crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they just totally just believe what he says, right?
I was really hoping he had like a recorder on him or something. He's like, and like the next scene was him holding it up and showing like the last couple things that he said, But
maybe that shows that his team, if Barry Allen says, he's definitely the guy, and it seems like okay. I mean, that also does show that they are tight.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a good thing.
That's true.
But Barry could have totally come in here and been like, okay, guys, you didn't believe me, but he's still too freaked out by what he just went through, I think, to come in and say, I told you so.
Right. And then I love it. Cisco names the guy the thinker, pulls over the thing. And then this waste of time
surprise.
Comes back.
No, it was nice to see Wally.
I just don't know why Wally's back, man. And then he mentioned something called, he's like, yeah, fighting in this thing, fighting a starfish from outer space, puts things in perspective. I'm like, are you telling me that while you were gone, you fought Sparrow? That Kid Flash fought and defeated Sparrow? And if you guys don't know who this is, in the comic books, these starfish from outer space, like this race of, they look like starfish. They come down. They stick on your face, and you become under their control. They're like parasites, right? In like the big bad starfish race, it's called Sparrows or Starros or something, right? It was a huge comic book in like the 70s or 80s. It was like the big like thing that the entire league had to like get involved with to fight, and it was defeated by some like guy in his backyard with bug spray. It like all the heroes ever. The one guy they gave an honorable superhero mantle to was this guy that was watering his grass in the backyard that saved his day because no one else could save the day. These things were so powerful that the way they saved the day was like this weird like M. Night Shyamalan twist where the heroes didn't do nothing. And you're telling me Kid Flash somehow just like defeated this aspiring race while he was away for a couple weeks? Come on.
I don't know. Maybe he got some version of that where he ran into the guy in the backyard and he had some help. Who
My
knows?
thing is like if you're gonna have like I know it's an Easter egg, like don't put that Easter egg there. Like don't make it about this like super OP alien race. Like I don't know. Maybe like use like one of the sub villains. They're like really not really a part of anything and they're not really that powerful and like I don't know because like what if he had that shouldn't he have called his team if he was fighting against Sparran?
I mean, I guess. I mean, do we know exactly where Kid Flash went?
To some city that's apparently close by because he left and then came back fairly quickly.
Yeah. So, well, he can do that, I think.
Yeah, he can do that. That's right.
So, I mean, who knows what he's been off doing. I mean, it's nice to get a little cameo, but I agree with what you're saying. You definitely don't want to, you got to remember the fanboys and girls out there who know about this stuff and don't, don't take us away. Don't take the character out of itself.
Seems like that's what they did, though. Like, they really wanted a cool Easter egg. So, like, the writers go, what's it really like, obscure Easter egg that comic book fans will like? Oh yeah, starfish from outer space. That's a cool idea. Except for that's like, it's not even that obscure. It's not an obscure reference. It's a pretty well-known comic reference. It's probably one of the biggest comic book blunders of all time. Oh
wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe that's probably the way they went there. No, I think you're 100% right. So maybe they're bringing Kid Flash back for Crisis.
Yeah. Apparently, and that's another thing. You think they had to do that?
No.
Because they already have, I don't know, like 40 people seemingly in this thing.
Yeah. No, I think it would have been not cool, I guess, if they left him out. People would have thought, why'd you leave out Kid Flash? Maybe that's probably why.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, there are some people who were bummed to see Kid Flash leave. So there's a lot of people who really like this character on this show. And so, it didn't cost them a whole lot to bring him back.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know for sure, but that's my devil's advocate.
Whatever.
I mean, I don't care. The character isn't doing anything to move the show forward for me. So.
Right. That's how I feel. He doesn't move the show forward. He just sort of takes away. He just sort of add time to the episode that doesn't matter. Yeah. And it makes them, the writers have to always find ways to either disable him or disable Barry in some way, because having two speedsters versus one person is just super OP. I just wish they didn't have that shackles of having to somehow deal with this other character.
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, I don't think he can stick around on the show, so, yeah, we'll see where it goes.
All right. And we're back to the Thinker. It's present day. And we get our first shot at how he works, and she tells him the chair is not healing you anymore. You spend too much time out of it. You gotta get back in the chair, or whatever. And she pulls back his scalp to reveal that big old pulsating brain of his.
Tripped me out a little bit. Wasn't ready for that.
No, that was weird, right?
Yeah.
I almost feel like instead of pulling back his scalp and showing his brain, maybe pulling back his scalp and showing like when they pulled back Data's scalp in Star Trek, that like robotic looking thing.
Okay, yeah.
It would have raised less questions for me. I would have been like, oh, well.
Or even if he just had a toupee and he pulled it back and his head's all,
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, like there's like weird diodes all over his head or something, right?
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
But right now I'm asking a lot of questions like, okay, well, that seems like a pretty dangerous thing. Like, what if he falls out of his chair when he's not in his metal chair and he like hits his head? Blood loss, and there's a lot of things now I'm thinking about when this came up. Cool shot, but they could have done it in a way that didn't really make me ask questions about how this guy survives outside the chair.
Right.
The chair like plugs into his brain, and lo and behold, we have the Thinker.
There he is.
His face also changes too. Like he gets like more pale and veiny and stuff.
Yeah, obviously the drain on his body is just impacting the way he looks too.
Right. And that's it, guys. That's the Thinker, and that's the Flash, and that's our episode, and we are done with the recap. Overall,
there's one thing I wanted to say is
up?
There's a scene in there where, at the very end, where his wife basically says, so you're gonna let him get married.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, isn't life about love or whatever?
Yeah.
Something like that. So he clearly loves his wife. Yeah. So that, you know what? That's his weakness, is loving his wife. You want to get to the Thinker? Go through his wife.
Exactly.
All right, well, that's the show, guys. Listen, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and me and Shane are trying to figure out how to do a really cool Thanksgiving thing for you guys. we are going to see we are going to meet up at our big giant family's house. We're going to play some football. We're going to eat some turkey, and we're thinking about filming that and putting together a little Happy Thanksgiving video for you. So I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I'm not promising anything because I might just be too full on turkey to care. But
yeah, but hopefully we'll be able to get something for you, Brian.
Something.
It sounds like it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And of course, remember, me and Shane play football with our family, with the other guys in our family every year, and we're always on opposite sides. So maybe get a little Shane on Brian football action. That sounded
Maybe
weird.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, man. Listen, guys, if we don't see you tomorrow, then have a happy Thanksgiving. I really hope that you have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys probably Monday.
Yep, probably Monday. You guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay? Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Have a good one.